Hi, I'm Dawn Jones. Thank you for tuning in to our Vodcast with my co-host, our Deputy City Manager, Melissa Reams, our producer, Michelle Charles, our videographer behind the camera, who you cannot see, is Eric Moreau. And then our guest today is Billy Fultz, who is our website content manager here for the city of Stillwater. And we want to talk with you all about our new website coming. Welcome, Billy.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Okay, so tell us, new website.
Okay, the new website is coming in 3 to 4 weeks. We have reformatted a lot of the content on the website and kind of restructured things in the menu so it's easier to find the information that you're looking for.
Perfect.
We also have 4 subsites coming and a few new modules.
Okay, so
what does that mean?
Yeah, what was that?
Okay.
Yo, Billy,
So,
what does that mean?
The subsites are
We all went, huh?
the subsites
Everyone.
are library, police, the fire department, and the airport.
Yep.
And the subsites are essentially their own websites, but they are built into the new system.
And so let me touch on that. Maybe I can add in with you. So when he's talking about a subsite, he's saying, okay, here's the umbrella of the city of Stillwater. Well, it's also, many don't realize within our community of all of the, as he says, subsites, because we're talking website, but you can compare it to departments. Okay. So you've got the umbrella of the city of Stillwater, and then you've got your police department, your fire department, your animal welfare, airport, library. All of these are underneath that big umbrella. City manager's office, utilities, water, electricity, all of the things, all of the great things. But so we do have certain entities under the city purview that require special services, such as the airport. They provide something totally different than what the library provides. And then, emergency management, police, and fire, you're talking about totally different entities there too. So that's where you're talking about subsites. Yes.
Subsites. They will behave as their own websites, but they will technically be on a subdomain.
So they're linked to the main website.
Yes, they
You're
are.
speaking IT, Billy.
I'm sorry. Yes, they are. They are linked to the new website.
So how did you organize all this data? I mean, you didn't just start dropping things in, did you?
Correct. Yeah, so we started several months ago by kind of brainstorming some different ways to put all the information into the website. And one of the main concerns was obviously organizing it so people can find what they're looking for. One of the main problems with our current website is it's just hard to find the content. And so we did some brainstorming and decided to break a lot of the information into different sections. So there's government, residents, and businesses. And so most of the information falls within
One of those categories.
one of those categories.
Okay.
But we have 5 top level items on the menu. There's those 3. And then we also have a section, it's an online services. So anything you can do online, like paying your bill or paying a ticket, looking at the maps, that would fall into that section. And then, the final one is the how do I. So the links on the how do I section are links to some of the most common questions that we get.
Okay. But you have another way to answer questions with this new website, don't
Yes,
you? Talk
we
to us
do.
about that little guy.
Okay, so, we have the search engine, of course, which is probably one of the most popular sections. But aside from that, we have a chatbot. And the AI chatbot operates a lot like a search engine, but it's a little bit different because we can train the bot to respond to questions with certain answers. And so as people use that more and more, we will be able to use that sort of as a feedback on where to put different sections on the website. And then
And we get some data analytics out of that too, don't we? Because
Yes.
the more commonly asked questions, we can take that data, and if it's something we can facilitate doing differently, we might develop a form or have it in an FAQ or something along those lines. Or
Right,
if people keep reporting the same problem,
That's right.
we know we have a problem we need to address.
Yeah.
So when you refer to it as an AI chatbot, that means artificial intelligence?
yes, somewhat.
Oh, we are headed for Star Trek
Well,
right now.
well, as long as it's not Skynet.
Yeah, we don't want
Right.
Skynet.
No, I don't think it's quite as advanced as some of the things that we've been hearing about in the news, but
Yeah.
we can train it to respond to questions with certain answers.
Yeah, I
and like
think
you're
that
saying,
looks pretty cool.
yeah,
Yes, very.
yeah, it'll be very helpful. And like you're saying, if we're getting a lot of questions about a topic that we don't have covered on the website, then of course that will be a good indication that we need to create that content.
But
Well-
you use data analytics all the time, don't you? Sorry, Michelle.
Oh no, you're good. Don't worry about it.
Don't you? Aren't there in the background there's data constantly being collected?
Yep.
So who are you as, I refer to him as the webmaster. I think that's an old terminology. He's
It's
the
fine.
content
I
manager.
don't think he minds being called the webmaster. I think he
Master
likes
of
it.
the World Wide
Yes,
Web.
it's like, look at me, I'm the master.
I kinda like
But we take that data and we analyze it,
Well,
don't we? Or
and he
you
does
do.
that now. He can
Yeah.
tell
Yeah.
you exactly our top viewed pages
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so that gives us some indication of the areas
Yes.
of interest for our citizens, where we need to be focused on.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's not just you getting data, it's us getting data too.
Okay, so
Sure.
just for funsies, what are some of our top view web pages?
The top viewed page is our utilities page. Most
Yeah.
of the people who come to the
Okay.
website right now are trying to pay their utility bills.
Mm.
So the entire utilities section is pretty popular. So is the police department and jobs. People.
Oh,
jobs,
good.
So those are the tops?
Good.
Those are the tops, yes. The
Okay.
fire department is up there,
Okay.
so is animal welfare.
Yeah.
Most of
Rachel
the
does a
utilities.
wonderful
Yeah.
job, animal welfare. And I'm just gonna put a plug in here for jobs. Billy's been with us a year?
No,
No.
Not even quite a
Almost
year.
6 months.
Yeah, I was about to say
No.
it hasn't been quite 6 months yet.
Yeah.
We're knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Yes.
But wonderful hire, and we have open
what's up.
positions all the time out on our website.
Yeah.
And so please go out there and
Yeah.
look. Government is a great opportunity. Where else are you going to be you're going to have a web content master, and you're going to have communications and airport. Michelle and I work with the airport a lot. We have water, wastewater, we have engineers and technicians.
Right.
It's a little bit of everything that makes the world go round. So check us out at our website and look at the jobs that are posted out there. Some are part-time, some are full-time.
Yeah.
Please do come join us.
Yeah,
Sure.
and I will say that on the new website, one of the tools that we have is a form builder, and so we were able to use that to create an online job application.
I am so thankful you
Nice.
did that.
And yes, in addition to
Nice.
that, when the new website is launched, people will be able to sign up for categories to be notified when a job is
Oh, a
posted.
So they'll get
listserv.
alerts?
Yes.
Ooh.
So if
That is
someone
so
is
cool.
interested
That
in
will be good.
engineering positions, they can receive
Or communications.
alerts.
Or communications.
Sure.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Michelle just went
Yes.
past her 6 months, and you're
Yes.
almost at 6 months.
Yes.
I know, we
And
have so
Eric,
many
have
new
you
And then
been
people.
here a
Eric
year?
right here. Yes.
I know.
A
I
year?
love our team.
No, we're
no,
all,
these they're all right
we're all
here
new.
around
I,
6
I
months.
started before Eric did,
Yeah.
and Eric started before Billy.
It was
Yeah.
it was like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I know, but you guys just have become part of our family,
Yes.
and I
That's
just feel
true.
like you've
There
always
you go.
been here.
Yep.
So
There you
yeah,
go.
I lose track
Yes.
of time.
Well, Billy, something I was going to say really quick about the chat bot is that, as someone at communications staff, we're looking at social media a lot. And we get so many inquiries. Just, people like send us messages
Yeah.
on Facebook Messenger. They'll post in the comments section of a Facebook post or something, and they'll have questions about city services or how to
Yes.
do something or whatever. So I think, just the fact that we would have something available that can maybe deal with some of the most common or those basic questions at times when we don't have staff monitoring things.
Right.
Or we don't have people available.
Right.
City Hall's not open
Yep.
24 hours a
Right.
day.
Right.
And, and we're not all working 24 hours. We're not sitting there staring at Facebook anyway for 24 hours. So, I think that's going to be a great service. Actually, that's going to be a great thing. And the more
I believe
things,
so too.
the more things that people can access whenever they need them.
Yeah.
Well, and
The
that's
better
what
off
we're
we're
here
gonna
to
be.
do, because we know that your schedule and mine and
Yeah.
yours, all of our schedules are different. Whether we're juggling with work or family
Right.
or kids or practices or canoeing, kayaking.
Rowing.
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 I mean, all the
Rowing.
things that we are like doing in our lives. So we need to be able to take care of our home whenever we possibly can.
Exactly.
Another great thing about it is the ADA.
Oh, yes.
The accessibility. I love this part.
Yes. So
Yes.
all of the content on the page has been rewritten to be kind of compliant with ADA. And that is a matter of putting certain attributes within the tables and images.
So what does that mean exactly? I mean, how does it make it more accessible for people? Who does it
It
help?
makes it more accessible for someone who is using a screen reader,
Oh.
someone who can't read the page themselves. So
Okay.
they will have extensions into their browser that will read the page for them. And so if you can imagine
cool.
that once the reader comes to an image, they're not sophisticated enough to describe the image. So instead of doing that, it will read from an alt tag.
So we have a little
So-
tag that says what the image is.
Yes, so we can have a caption, which you
Okay.
can read, but an alt tag is something that is built into the HTML, and it is essentially a
That's the
description.
coding. I think we all know
Yes.
this, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so
we've heard
HTML.
Yes,
HTML.
okay.
We were
We all know
never
that.
sure what
okay,
it was.
all the
Yes.
zeros and ones and zeros. Okay, so
It's not that.
it's not
complicated.
coding.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
there's the alt tag that the screen reader.
Yeah. It's not all in binary code. It's just,
It's just a
And
bunch
here
of
we
ones
are.
and zeros.
Billy, you just see the world of ones
Sorry.
and zeros.
I don't know if it's yes or no.
Yeah.
Twos.
Yeah.
But okay, so there are
anyways.
these descriptors that
Yes,
are going
there are
to
these
help.
descriptors, the alt tag. So when a screen reader comes to that, instead of trying to describe the picture, it will just read out what that is. And there's certain things that you could place in HTML, the table columns and rows
Yes.
Okay.
that make it easier to understand for screen readers.
Okay.
And so in addition to that, we also have something called Audio Eye.
This is my favorite.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
so Audio Eye is, it lives in the bottom left corner of the new website. It's just an icon that you click on, and it allows you to dynamically change the settings of the website. So you can make the font size smaller or larger, you can change the font setting, you can adjust contrast, and
Okay.
yeah,
And
let
Billy
me-
has some
let me-
sneak peek images that he
Yeah.
can share. So Eric, if you can throw those in here
Yeah.
for us, and
That'd be good.
that'd be great.
Yeah,
Okay, is this
absolutely.
what you were talking about when you were answering questions last night to the city council? Or, because we're actually
Right.
recording this 3
Right.
weeks before you're going to see it. Sorry.
Right.
And we're floating. We don't know where we are in time and space at this point. But anyway, you were talking about
We're in Star Trek land.
Exactly. You were talking about certain fonts that are, for example, better for people with dyslexia and things
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
So is that
yes,
where that
is
comes in?
I believe so. That's Audio Eye.
Mhm.
Okay, that's
Yes.
super cool.
Well, and so let's talk a little bit more about content and just communications as a whole. So the website is a great tool. And our website now has a wealth of content. It's just very unorganized, and there is so much unnecessary text. And so when you're trying to find information that you need now, you're not going to a website, not ours, to read a book and all of that information. You need to get the service and the information quickly.
To the heart,
I
to the
know.
writer.
To the writer.
I've spent my
I
entire
know.
life screaming into the void, just
I
writing
know. Well, and
words
as
that no one
I
will ever
am
read.
also a writer, but I am very much doot.
Yes.
You are a feature writer.
I am a feature writer.
are.
You
You are
bullet
literally
points.
You are literally a feature writer.
I
I
am.
am like an alert. Let's go.
Yeah.
And so that's true.
true.
Like that
It's
is so
true.
true. So with this, we want to make sure that we do have the right mix of content
Mhm.
and,
Yeah.
and text. So a hybrid of us.
Okay.
And you can deal
All
with
right.
that. Okay.
I can get down with that.
Okay, good,
I'm
good.
good.
So we have that amount of text, but also that we have an increase in visuals. And, people, this is our day and age and how we want to communicate. We want to see the videos. We want to see the pictures. You
And
love
it's quicker.
pictures.
It is quicker. you
Yes. And all of those. So we
Yeah.
have to be able to meet our many different groups in our audience where they are and
Mhm.
what they need.
Mhm.
And understand that some want the longer text, some want, this printed, and some want this electronically, and some want this in a form. And we have to keep that in mind. And that's what we do every day, is we identify our different audiences, how they communicate, the information that they may want, how we need to message that, so that they can do what they need to do for their health, safety, quality of life, and all the things. So this website, one of the many tools, and I'm really excited about how you have dove in there and not just leaned on your own initial understanding. You work directly with the professionals and leaders in their areas in the departments. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I reached out to most of the departments in order to update the content and make sure that it is accurate, of course. And that's been fun. There's, like you were saying earlier, there's no other place where you can work with the airport and then a library and public works all in that.
Yeah, all in one day.
Yeah.
in the same position.
And I think one of the challenges that we have had in the past, and I think with having this one dedicated professional there,
Yep.
was brought up at council last night,
Yes.
was the timeliness
Yes.
of the current projects.
Mhm.
People want to know, is my road going to be open or closed? You know,
Right.
is McElroy, is there a baseball game this weekend? So
Yeah.
is McElroy closed or is it open?
Well,
You know,
and also
those kinds of things.
and even let's just address that right there. That's a whole other conversation too.
Yeah.
Is that for some of our update pages, the information's at the bottom. So if you've done updates this whole time, it's not that they're out of date. It's that they're at the very bottom, so you're not seeing them.
Right.
Whereas what Billy has done is he has came in and made sure that they are up to date and reformatted the timeline. So instead of the information being buried, he's brought it up to the top and in a graphic where you can easily understand it. So it is, here is where this project started, here's this phase, here's where we are at completion.
There you go.
So he's completely revamped the
Yeah.
information so that you can get it here and now. Another thing is our road closures. We have the ODOT road closures that people, we believe, want to see. Well, in the past, it's been a red bar at the top of our website. Well, the way that our current website is structured, we're very limited on what we can do design-wise
Right.
and alert-wise and all the things wise. And so it's been hard to get those alerts out and very limiting. And Billy, you have so many more features now to organize those and have those on the homepage to bring attention to, correct?
Yes.
Calendars and all of the things.
Yes, absolutely. We have the spotlight section, which is similar to the press release section, but we will
Okay.
use it to update people about, for example, the Perkins Road project. And if there happens to be a large water leak or power outage, we can use that.
Yep.
We can also use the chat bot for that. We can train the chat bot before people ask questions, essentially, to have information pop up. But yeah, we have large graphic buttons on the homepage and at the bottom of the content on all inner pages. And we have more tools to notify people. So
Nice.
I think
Yep.
So will there be multiple listservs people can sign up for? I
absolutely.
didn't say that very well.
Okay.
Yes.
Listservs.
So we have
Yes.
a notify. I think it's
Notify
called
Me?
Notify Me module.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that
Okay.
ties into essentially every module where information goes out. So that
That's
could be
Okay, so
calendars and
module,
jobs.
what I would compare a module to is if everyone has a phone, right? So you
Right.
you have your phone and you have different apps on your phone and you can go down and you can download the different apps. And so therefore you can, have this map feature and you can, this family locator feature, all of those different apps. Okay, so those are apps. So think of modules as an app to a phone, a module to a website. So therefore, Billy, with Billy's help and Brad Stewart and Gene Comer and IT, us four worked from the very beginning, and these three guys have taken it and ran with it. And Brad has really led our organization efforts. Gene, there's literally nothing Gene can't figure out
Gene
and do.
is the best.
He is the
I
best. And then Billy has really just worked. He has worked since day one, nonstop.
Yeah.
And so they have got us to where we have different modules like apps, modules for our website.
Yes.
And so just those are some of the things, like when you said modules earlier, I wanted to circle back and explain what that
Yes,
meant.
I apologize. So the modules would be, as an example, it would be a calendar, it would be events,
Mm-hmm.
it would be the news section.
Yep.
So those modules are things that people can subscribe to for the Notify Me.
Right.
So a module is something that you can change in one section of the website and it will update simultaneously on all the other sections of the website where it is used.
So
Makes sense.
So
Yep.
one thing, Billy, I'm noticing as I'm talking to you, I'm seeing a whole different side of you.
Okay.
Because you're being professional, technical guy right now.
Mhm.
Yes,
And
yes.
no, I mean, and that's good. I mean, you come across very, very smart, and like you obviously know what you're talking about with this whole website thing, which we had assumed you did. I assumed you did the whole time. I promise. But what I'm saying now is that I think what people should know is that you've spent an extraordinary amount of time working with people,
Yes.
thinking about what needs to be on the website,
Mhm.
how it should be
Yes.
organized, thinking about it in a very human-centered kind of way so that the users will be able to find stuff.
Yes.
Right.
So it will actually be something that people will be able to use. I want people to really appreciate how much of the human element has gone into this whole design and to your thought process, because you really have spent an extraordinary amount of time thinking about this
I
stuff.
have, yes, a lot of time, and I appreciate you saying that. I do have a lot of experience in content creation as well as search engine optimization. And one of the things that search engines are doing now is that they're leaning more towards websites that develop content that are good for humans. In the past, people have created content for search engines, and what that means is they were writing content to be as
Pulled.
long as it needs to be, and it needed to include all these keywords and key phrases.
Yes.
Right.
And so they caught on to that. And so now search engines, like I said, they want human readable content. The folks at Google are very smart. And so they're just looking for a website that can deliver the content that you're after quickly and efficiently. And that is something that we have at least tried to do on the new website.
So we will be right in there with that.
We will be right in
That
there
is the
with
trend.
that.
That is
Yeah.
what people are doing now.
So when you
It's
come
for
to
the
the
people.
website looking for an answer to a certain question, you will not have to read through a whole bunch of fluff to get to the answer.
Oh,
Awesome.
thank you.
Yay.
Thank you.
You're speaking to Dawn.
Plain
You are
language.
speaking to Dawn right now.
Yes.
Well, Billy, I will just say this right now.
Yeah.
I am incredibly thankful and grateful to Deputy City Manager Reams for trusting me and for envisioning with me and for diving into reconstructing the communications team. We did that.
We did.
We did. And it wouldn't have happened without you wanting to do that and us doing that together. And I had this crazy vision, this idea, and then I presented it to you and you were like, well, what if we did this? And then we just started playing. And from that, we have phenomenal people here.
Mhm.
And we are so incredibly grateful for Billy and Michelle
And
Eric.
And our part-timers
and
too,
our
interns.
part-time-
And our
who
part-timers.
I
We love
definitely
them.
want to bring them on here for sure because
Me too.
we do love them.
They are awesome.
And they are our upper level communication students, and they're phenomenal. And
They
they
are.
serve in fire, PD, animal welfare, city hall, and out at the airport.
Yeah.
And so we have them, and it's kind of bridging that gap between the college and career, OSU and city, applying the degree because we were all there.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that is another podcast that we'll do. But yes, very
Absolutely.
grateful for the team. Thank you, Billy. I'm so incredibly grateful for all of your hard work. You are
Yes.
definitely making a difference.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. I
Yes.
appreciate you having me here.
We tease you a lot, but
You tease
we
me
really
a
do
lot.
appreciate you.
No, thanks.
And-
I appreciate it.
Yes.
Together, we are investing in
In
municipal excellence.
Yeah, we are. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.